My Company gives you valuable information on your current employees as well as your apprentices. There are multiple reports that you can generate to keep up with their progress and to keep up with what they have done here at the IEC. Open up the menu and click on Employees. This will give you a screen that shows the list of current employees that are active with your company. Gives you demographic information, lets you know their wage level, gives you their last upgrade, tells you the type of employee they are for you, and what kind of contact they are, owner or education contact. If you want a specific report on a specific employee, you just click the checkbox next to that employee's name and move up to the right hand screen to the printer icon. The printer icon is where you generate the reports. Once you click the down arrow, you will now have the choice of printing the person who has chosen's class schedules, student attendance reports, student detailed grade report for all of the classes they have taken with the IEC, student detailed report only active classes, so this will be only for the classes they are currently attending at the IEC. You can get a full history by creating a report called the student grade sheets, and then of course print off their total OJT hours. Many of our reporting functions also give you the default Excel export report, which will give you information in an Excel spreadsheet, selected information in an Excel spreadsheet about all the employees on this grid. So let's start with Todd Hawkins. We are going to see his class schedule. When you click on the class schedule, it'll give you an option to render individual reports as an email and file or as a don't file and email. In most cases you will choose don't file or email because you want to see the report generated just on your screen. So in this case we go back to the printer icon, we click on schedules for Todd Hawkins, and we ask it to render the report. If for some reason it's slow, you can just click over here on the right or just hover over here on the right and it'll tell you that it's rendering. At this point in the day there's probably a lot of people online, so sometimes the system may move a little slow. You can just click on the class schedules. That usually fixes the problem, and now you can bring up that class schedule. All reports will reside right here at the bottom left hand of your screen. You can now click on that report and open it up. That gives you a lot of good information as well. It tells you what class they're currently attending, where that location is, what is the start time and the end time, who the instructor is, what was the start date of the class. In this case it's August 16th, 2018, and the end date is June 30th, 2019, because Todd Hawkins is currently attending our 4th year apprenticeship class on Thursdays, and the meeting dates are these specific meeting dates. This is important information because you may want to be able to see dates in the future to know whether you can assign an apprentice to a certain job site and what time they need to leave that job site in order to be in classes. The next report I would like to cover with you is under My Company, Employees. Check the box the employee you want to have the report on and click Student Attendance. In this case, the student has not missed any days because Todd Hawkins maintains perfect attendance and looks to do so throughout the 4-year period. But in any case, if there were attendance dates here, you would see those dates listed. Now this is an important area where you can actually decide when you pick that report. If you wished, you could actually do a student attendance report. Say that person missed a day of class. You could say that you want to email the contact, and now you can render and file that email, and it'll actually go out to Todd Hawkins and let him know that he has missed a day. This will show the apprentice that you are keeping up with their attendance and that you mean for them to attend classes when they are scheduled. The next report I'd like to cover with you is the Student Detailed Grade Report. Fabulous information in this report. it will allow you to see a lot of information about the employee. Again, all reports start with who is the report for, what is their demographic information, are they or do they have a DOL number, any certifications they've taken, the expiration date of those certifications, a recap of their OJT report and where they currently are in the OJT report. Remember, all apprentices are required to receive 8,000 hours of on-the-job training. This person has accumulated 4,878 hours to date, and they'll need a total of 3,122 hours to continue their march toward the 8,000 hours. This report starts with, in the class details, the most recently completed class. Works backwards, in this case, from third year to second year, giving you important information. What is the course type? When was the course actually done? This course was 2017 through 18 school year for third year. The class dates were, again, August to June. Total number of hours attended, and the percentage grade point and the actual grade the person made. This is for each of their classes. Recap of second year. This person apparently needed 2 years to get second year right. And we don't have mid-year populated with a grade yet, but we will have first year populated with grades shortly. And then you can also see all of their continuing education courses they've taken. Again, how many hours they have attended, if there was any grade or percentage grade given. So this is called the Student Detail Grade Report. The next report is the Student Detail Grade Report Active Classes Only. This will only show the active classes they're currently attending or classes that we've left open for some reason as active. So in this particular report, you will see when it's opened that again it starts like all the other reports, but this time it's limited to only the fourth year class. The 4-year electrical apprenticeship class. Third year we have not closed out yet, and then the fourth year apprenticeship. So as you can see, we still are going to find ways to refine and improve the information we deliver to you. But some of the reports have some redundant information in them. The final reports that you're going to get a review of are very similar to what we've already seen, but they have a little more information. For instance, I open up my company, I click on Todd Hawkins, I go to the printer icon, and I choose Student Grade Sheet. The Student Grade Sheet brings up a lot of good information as well. And it tells you the type of report, but this actually shows their scores and how they were arrived at for each of their classes that receive a score. So for instance, Todd Hawkins in third year got Mr. Hackett as an instructor, attended these dates of classes from the beginning in 8/17 to the end in 6/18, got 160 hours worth of credit, received an 82.49%, which equals a grade of C. And then it will show you the actual way they got this. Coursework is basically their homework and what percentage of that grade was there. Their final exam average, their lab averages, and their midterm averages. All that equals their final grade point average. So again, you can review that and see that that happens for all the years. Again, any of their information that is on there for CEUs, and the very last thing is any active classes at the bottom. So that's why you don't see any scores yet for fourth year, because Todd Hawkins is currently attending fourth year. And then finally, the OJT report, pretty simple, seen it 1,000 times from us. But I would like to interject at this particular moment that starting October 1st, contractors will no longer need to submit on-the-job training records to IEC. This is becoming a student responsibility as of September 1st. On September 1st, we will notify our students that they need to keep a record of how many hours they work and then record those hours in the Flashpoint database. So at the same time we're giving you access to new information, we're giving them access to their own information and the ability to track and report their own on-the-job training hours. Please don't be alarmed, because if for some reason they submit a report that appears to be either too many hours worked or too few hours worked, the IEC staff will review that and ask the contractor to give an approval. So if a student puts down that they work 250 hours in a month, we're automatically going to flag that as being maybe excessive and ask the contractor, is this a legitimate report? If the contractor agree that's the number of hours they work for the month, it'll be submitted and added to their file. If for some reason you flag it and say no, they could not have worked that many hours, IEC staff will then follow up with students, and each student understands that when they put in that report, they're putting in those hours with the understanding that if they are falsifying reports, they could be dismissed from the IEC program. So that's going to be right there on the report. Every time they submit, it'll say, understand that this is a true and accurate report. But again, you've seen the report dozens of times. I won't belabor it, except for in this case, it actually shows you how they've collected the number of hours on a monthly basis. So just a quick review. IEC is opening up our IEC database records to our member contractors so that you can check your own classes that you've attended. You can see any certifications you've earned. If you were an apprentice, you can have a complete record of your on-the-job training hours. We're giving you access to my transactions through the payments, through the balance owed, and the storage of payment methods. And again, one of our most dynamic areas is the My Company, where you can see a list of your employees, get work reports, documents on all the people that work for your company. Thank you, contractor members. I hope you enjoyed this overview of your access to information so that you can enjoy your own access to CEU records, your company's financial transactions, and the ability to pay easily online, and the ability to access training records for your employees, including apprentices, for their grades, attendance, and on-the-job training hours. As always, we encourage you to call us at 770-242-9277 with your questions and comments. You can reach Todd Hawkins at extension 104, Lana Fry, our apprenticeship manager, at extension 105, Julie Gunner, our apprenticeship assistant, at 107, Niall Dawson, the executive director, at 102, Juliette Wynn, our accounting, at 103, and Marie Thornton, our communications and the person that put together this video for you, at extension 106. Thank you very much, and we look forward to seeing you at the IEC often.